Lights, camera, action.
TDS has 6 different bosses, and the question I want to answer today is how fast can an average player beat every main game mode? We want a good map for this, meaning that we need to be able to place a lot of scouts at the beginning, since everything's pretty much going to get spawn killed. But I've never beat Cyber City. Oh, it's right in the rotation. I've never beat it on easy mode, and this is a nice time to beat it on easy mode. Okay, the rules are pretty simple. No consumables, no time skill tickets, and no revive tickets. And also no skill tree. With that out of the way, let's start the montage. Alright, that's their first game done. The next one was casual, but I decided to use the same exact loadout since it's a really easy game mode as well. Two down, 4 left. Okay, we're in intermediate for the third match. Reason I did not go in lobby first is because I kinda died. Don't ask how that happened. Alright, so I said a lot of interesting stuff and like a bunch of stuff that I want to keep in the video, but it would have dragged this video on way too long. And then I know I'm probably going to do the same thing for Frost, Fallen, Molten, and that's just going to drag the video on and on and on. And I don't want this video to be like 3 hours long just from those modes. It wouldn't be, but I mean, it would be at least like 45 minutes. So I'm just going to commentate from here. You see, I'm just getting some level 2 scouts, golden scouts to be precise, because golden scout is much better than scout. So hacker is here because we can get more money when things die in hacker's range due to its passive ability. So we're just going to keep placing down scouts. That's pretty much the best method here. Accelerator costs too much right now. You've already seen all these waves, I assume, because you've either played the game, that's why you're watching this, or you've seen my other videos and seen the intermediate mode. Well, I mean, I don't even know if anyone has watched that. I like haven't even posted it yet. That's coming out like 2 days, and yeah, this video was made way before, so I hope this doesn't get outdated immediately. I probably will though, let's be honest, because hardcore rework coming up. Alright. Side tangent aside, we are now getting Merc base because it gives a damage buff to things around it, and we're going to get down our Excel. An easy wave like this is pretty much nothing for Excel, even though it is technically more than one wave coming at once. Accelerator is just a hardcore tower, and it's playing intermediate. Of course it's going to be easy. So we're just going to wait for it to clear. Sometimes you will see that I turn off auto skip, especially these later waves, because I'm getting overran by a bunch of stuff. But after a few seconds with accelerator with no skip on, it should clear it. A few close calls here, but because I'm spamming on my Merc ability, it will just spawn a bunch of 800 HP tanks that will just go by. A lot of them actually walk into the wall there and just get deleted, but it's fine. I actually did get a lot of rare logbooks this time around, so very glad I did this. I mean, yeah, I got one of the bosses, so yeah, I'll take it. Also, I got the Warhawk achievement finally. So yeah, Only 3 modes left, but it only gets harder from here, of course. Okay, so I'm here on a new map, a little bit of a different loadout. All I did was I had Commander and Golden Cowboy. And hopefully we beat it this time. Alright, not much happened this run, so I'm just gonna cut to the interesting parts because I don't think you really want to watch this entire thing. I certainly wouldn't want to. This was about my 5th run, and you can see on the side that for my Molten quests, I've actually beat Molten once today. And that's because I did have a winning run, but it had 18 minutes, and I wasn't satisfied with that. So I decided to come back and re-record this. So here we are, and you'll see the time in a bit. Yeah, pretty easy first boss here, only 250 HP. Yeah, not much to talk about with this boss. I've actually lost a few runs to this guy. I mean, he's not that much of a trouble if you have actual DPS, but when I was using Golden Scout, I just couldn't get enough DPS for mid-game. Yeah, this boss is really the first real DPS check of Molten, but it isn't too much of a problem since I have Excels down already, and they shred the boss pretty fast. He probably won't even get that far. Yeah, he'll probably get to the end of this path at most. Yeah, okay, well, yeah, pretty easy boss. Alright, so wave 30, I'm actually gonna probably turn off all skips soon, because the later waves, I really don't want them all rushing me at once. I've lost a run or two to that. But I don't think I've lost a single run to this boss. He really isn't a trouble, because I have Excels down already. The only hard thing is that Excels suck at targeting for some reason. Alright, so now the Molten Warlord is out. Final boss. He does regain all his HP once he's at 50k, so in theory he has the same amount of HP as the Fallen King, but what I meant to say here was, but the Fallen King has defense as well to make up for that. But I don't know, I just didn't say it. Anyways, the reason I'm placing all these cowboys down, because I don't actually say it, is because we want to deal with all the small enemies. And what you see on screen is my previous run, right before this, not even 30 minutes before this. I died to something that randomly got past, and I didn't have any defense for it. Plus, on top of that, that run was actually probably better than this run. So, even though it sucks, yeah, that's what happens. So, just to finish commentating this run, yeah, I just killed the Molten Warlord really easily, because I actually had defense for the things that got past. GG. Let's just hope we got a good time. I'll take it. I hate to be that guy and barge in, but if you are really enjoying this video, consider liking and subscribing. Because, I mean, alright, I'll be blunt, I need subscribers. Please give me subscribers. But also, it will give you more content from me. And if this is the type of stuff you like, then you might want that. Okay, all these gotta be riot guards and then one one healer. This one will be full riot. GG. Almost slightly less than 20 minutes. It's good. It's good. I think it's only right for Frost to not actually make this into a montage, because you should see this entire thing, because this was easily the hardest one, and also it uses a very cool strategy that you should definitely learn, because this strategy can make you way more than most of our strategies right now, and it's easily the best one. So the strategy that I'm talking about is trickster targeting, and you can find it on the Discord. So as you see right here, I have to get 7 level 2 scouts, so that's what I'm doing right here, and this isn't very difficult. The only caveat is that it's a golden scout, of course, but I mean, hey, golden scout, of course, because why would I be using normal scout in Frost mode? So this snow minion, the only thing is that it goes around, and I'm supposed to have auto skip on here because you're able to skip almost every wave in Frost using this strategy. That's why it's so fast. You can use modifiers too, but I didn't here because I do not have my skill tree on or anything. So now we have to place that hacker, level 2, and then place 5 more scouts to get 12 in total. So that hacker is eventually going to go on a weakest mode, because you want to make sure everything is slowed and everything is converted to a hologram clone, no matter what. And we place another one down, and then we level up to level 2. You're supposed to put the hacker onto weakest now, but I forgot. So you'll see in a bit I put it on there. Level up a DJ to level 3. Keep it on red before you get level 3, of course. And then put it on green. And then you're going to level up every single golden scout you got at the beginning. All of them to level 3, because level 3 does 35 damage per shot, which will just carry us through most of the game waves before we create our stack with our merc base. So we're just going to keep upgrading scout over here, which this isn't the hard part. This is actually like the easiest part. And then of course this strat can be used on 2x speed, but it is a bit harder. Okay, we're going to place our merc base, and then we're going to level up to level 3, and you could do this one by one, you could do this all at once, but if you're using the hidden modifier, you're going to do one by one. So level these up, and then I'm just checking here these guys' HP to make the rounds a bit faster. Please note that on certain waves with Frost Wraiths and some other enemies, you can't actually place anything. I don't know if this is a bug or intended, but if it is intended, it is really annoying. So the one all the way on the left in front, we want to put on grenadiers only, because we need some area control. Well, the other ones are going to be 3 of the soldier ones, and then 2 of the soldier ones, and then 1 of the medic ones. The medic is going to spawn in the one all the way in the back, so it has as much time as possible to put up a shield and stuff. Well, the 3 soldier ones are going to be in the front, so it gets to do as much damage really fast. The reason we are putting merc bases up here is because we want to buff our turrets later on. And you might be asking, why turret and not something like Excel? Well, Excel takes a bit to switch targets. You probably saw that earlier in this video, but the difference is that turret doesn't take that amount of time, so it's able to deal with swarms much easier. And that's why it gets slightly better times. So, one thing I forgot to mention, wave 20, 28, and then 35, and then, of course, 38 and over that, you want to have auto skip off. In this run, I forget to turn it off on 38, but you can still save it from there, as long as you don't skip into 40. So, as you see, I got my DJ maxed out, and then now I'm getting all my mercenary bases maxed out. I maxed out all my G-Scouts, and I got level 4 on my second hacker. So, once I get these all maxed out, we're going to continue spamming airdrops, because you're supposed to start spamming airdrops as soon as you get the airdrop ability. Because even though it costs 2,500, it makes the wave so much quicker, and it does so much damage to make up for it. It's really just a worth it ability, even though it costs 2,500 to place each one. So here I get down a turret, and that's because you can't place things on wave 31. So I want to place something in advance. You don't need to do this, because you'll be fine. But I'm just doing it just so I don't need to worry about it later. And you specifically want to do this if you're doing 2x speed, because, well, yeah, you're just not going to have time to react. So, now we're going to get all of these level 3, then all of them level 4, then all of them level 5. And that's because level 3 is much more cost efficient. And then, now, yeah, we're just going through with the turrets and stuff. And we're just spamming airdrops though. Airdrops, of course, are just really strong, as I said. And actually, now they're needed. So, you might have noticed that there's these tricksters. These spawn on wave 29, 34, and 38. On all those waves, you want to set 2 merc bases to last targeting. And if you have a turret, set that one to last targeting as well. That's just to kill the tricksters so they don't buff everything. I didn't say that on 29, but I mean, like, 29, even if you mess it up, you don't lose. So here, of course, we're on 35. So now we say on red, but now that it's passed, it's still on red, because these later waves, you want to just continue putting on red no matter what. And, of course, it's a no-brainer that you don't skip on that wave. But now my skip is back on. Frost mages are the only bad thing in this loadout, because you don't really have flying detection. We're going to clone 3 turrets and then 1 merc base, because, well, turrets are going to do more damage overall really fast. And then merc bases, well, they do damage over time, and you can't actually clone more than 3 turrets. So, I just turned auto skip off. You're supposed to do that on 38, but that's, as I said, was a small blunder by me, but you don't actually lose. You just lose a bit of your stack, so your time will be slightly slower. As you see, I'm spamming some scouts. These are for bait, and also because they do small amount of damage. They really don't do that much. So, I'm still winning, and I'm doing it really fast, even though, 1, I've made a lot of mistakes already, and 2, like, I don't have skill tree on at all. So you'll see over here, when this turret runs out, this is my biggest blunder. I sell my hacker trying to get my ability back up, but it gets rid of the clone mercenary base. So that's completely fine. Now I'm doing a bunch of riot guards here, because riot guards do quicker damage, and there isn't any rounds after this, so it doesn't matter our stack at this point. So our stack is still here, and it still is nice, but it's not as good as it was before. And that's another reason you clone turrets. So the Frost Spirit actually takes a lot of damage really fast, and it isn't really a trouble here, because this strategy really prioritizes tons of single target DPS against the final boss, because that's where most of the time save is. So now, like, this is pretty easy from here. Just continue doing what you've been doing for the entire game, and he should go down really fast. You do want to spawn after that ice beam. I just messed that up, but I mean, it's like a 3-second time loss if you do it wrong. And then he's about to die here, so I will cut back to my reaction. Showtime crate as well. Let's go.